Hi there, welcome at the 5-minute PhD thesis videos. My name is Lise Janssens and I defended my PhD in April 2024 at Hasselt University. My PhD was titled Transformative Learning for Sustainability in Business Economics Education, Barriers and Enablers. In this video, I will shortly summarize the content of my PhD. First of all, why do we do this research, or why did we do this research? Sustainability is equally important in business economics education as in other disciplines because there are often economists that make decisions at government organizations and businesses. And when they take these decisions, it's important that they take into account sustainability considerations if we want to make a transition to a more sustainable society. However, when we look at practice, we see that sustainability is not really incorporated in the business economics curriculum, in the business economics class, and in the discipline, because the neoclassical view is dominant in economics education. Therefore, the central research question of my PhD was, how can transformative learning for sustainable development be fostered in the field of business economics education? To answer the central research question, we conducted 3 different studies. The first study was more on a collective system dimension in the sense that we investigated different quality assurance procedures and different quality assurance processes of national quality assurance bodies of countries in the European higher education area. We wanted to know to what extent transformative learning for sustainable development is embedded in these quality assurance frameworks and processes. First of all, we collected data. We collected the ESG guidelines and the national quality assurance frameworks of different countries in the European higher education area. On the slide, you can see which data we were able to collect. Red is missing data, blue is not available in English, purple is no quality assurance frameworks. Those countries mostly use the ESG guidelines. Yellow is countries where we also retrieved additional policy documents, and green are the countries of which we included the quality assurance frameworks used by the national quality assurance bodies. We did this research in a qualitative way in the sense that we used NVivo software and coding to analyze the data. We also analyzed additional policy documents and quality assurance documents that we could retrieve during the process. If we look to the results are quite disappointing because we only see high and explicit support for transformative learning for sustainability in the United Kingdom, some support, and mostly this is for sustainability in Estonia, Holy See, Romania, Sweden, Switzerland, and Ukraine. However, we have to mention that we also found some best practices in France, the Netherlands. However, transformative learning for sustainability was not structurally embedded in the quality assurance frameworks and processes used in these countries. Additionally, we also investigated some voluntary quality labels specifically used in the field of business economics education such as AQUIS and AACSB. There we see that transformative learning for sustainability plays a more prominent role. If we compare AQUIS and AACSB, we see that sustainability is more embedded in AQUIS frameworks and procedures compared to, for example, AACSB. In the second study, the main goal or the aim was to operationalize the concept transformative learning for sustainability, specifically in the field of business economics education. To do that, we developed new educational material that teachers could use when they teach about topics such as welfare and well-being and limits of economic growth. In these new educational materials, more transformative learning approaches were used. We asked them to try out this new educational material, and we collected data with the students to be able to operationalize the concept. The results show some examples of how a transformative moment can look like, and transformative moment is one of the stages of a transformative learning process. However, we saw no real transformation with the students. This can have different reasons. First of all, there's discussion whether students at secondary level can experience a full transformative learning experience because they are not mature enough. A second reason is that our education material contains transformative learning approaches, but it's not totally different from the classical way of teaching. And a third reason can be that there were only some classes in which the student used this material, but yeah, on average, or yeah, the main or the majority of the courses was still provided in a more classical way. And in the third study, we developed and validated a measurement instrument to be able to measure whether transformative learning was happening in the business economics class. We used factor analysis and cluster analysis to develop and validate the instrument. In very short, this was the summary of what I did during my PhD. I want to thank my promoter and co-promoter once again for all their support. Also, a big thank you to all co-authors, but also all the participants of my research and the colleagues for all their help. Thank you also to you for listening to this video. If you want to have more information, you can always consult my PhD thesis book, or you can always email me to ask some questions if you want.